Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Brooke. I'm the host of this podcast, Banter with Brooke, and I hope you guys are all having a great Saturday when this comes out, or whatever day it is that you guys are watching this. As you can see from the title, thumbnail, and now I got to show you my freaking shirt. It is one of my favorite shirts I own, honestly. I'm gonna have to get up on this chair. Jeez. Okay. It has Totoro on it. Do we see how everything this shirt is? Oh my god. This chair just almost was the death of me. Also, I have this clip I got. Look at it, guys. Calcifers on it on both sides, and I have this here for safekeeping in case I get hot while filming this. Anyway, so as you can see from the title, the thumbnail, my shirt, and my hair clip, I'm going to be talking about Studio Ghibli. I am obsessed is an understatement. I am currently on a mission to watch all of the Studio Ghibli movies. And I know I've mentioned Studio Ghibli in episodes before and some of the movies that I've seen and stuff, but I wanted to do a specific episode about all of them and just make it one big episode, because I feel like I've mentioned movies that I've seen or liked, but I've never took a deep dive into each one. And so if you guys want to watch some Studio Ghibli movies, there may be some spoilers in here, so I'm going to put the name of each one I'm about to talk about once I say them. So if you want to not be spoiled, actually, we'll see. I might get lazy and might not want to do that, but I probably will because I love you guys. But if you want to then just skip until where you see the next title, I mean, these movies came out years ago, so I think you should not be spoiled. But either way, I'm going to do it to be generous. And another thing, guys, look at my new nails. These eat down. They're giving spring realness. They are so cute. But yeah, literally, you guys know Adventure Time is my favorite show. My second favorite, all my favorite movies are these. I'm just such a cartoon girl in my core. And without further ado, these are all of the Studio Ghibli movies that I have seen so far. First one I have is called Castle in the Sky, and that one came out in 1986, which is just insane. I mean, it's really not that long ago, but I just can't believe it. And that one is amazing, you guys. Also, before I get into that as well, I want to say the way these movies make me feel is unbelievable. I can't believe they just make me feel like a kid again. They make me feel so happy. I think that's why I like, honestly, cartoons in general. But the Studio Ghibli specifically, I just love the way that these movies make me feel. And also, I really want to get into anime, which this is anime, so I am into it. But let me rephrase it. I've always wanted to get into anime, but a lot of the concepts of animes are like fighting and like Naruto, Hunter x Hunter. A lot of them are just very fighting kind of based. And I find that a little bit boring sometimes, quite frankly. I'm not the hugest Marvel movie fan, because of all the fighting and stuff. I just get bored of it, if I'm being honest, which is usually the opposite for people. People like action and all of that stuff, but I think it just gets a little bit repetitive to me. I need something with a plot and a storyline and not just 30 minutes of them battling, you know what I mean? So that's where these movies come into play because there's literally no fighting. They're just storylines and a lot. Another thing I love about these movies, which I know I've said this in another podcast, is that a lot of times the girl is the main character, at least the ones that I've seen. And I love that too. And he doesn't sexualize any of his characters. I'm going to put his name on the screen. I just don't know how to pronounce it and I don't want to butcher it, but he is like the designer of all of these movies and he's just so brilliant. I saw something recently how he was saying that AI is like an insult to life itself and how he would never use that in his animations, and I'm like, period. I fully agree. AI is just so goofy, but he is just brilliant and he doesn't sexualize any of like the girls. In a lot of animes the girls are just like tits out everything, which there's nothing wrong with little tit, but no, I just feel like that's kind of doing the most. And another thing I wanted to mention is the scenery, the architecture, and just the overall vibe of it. Like the way the scenes are drawn, they are beautiful. Like I want to travel into a Studio Ghibli universe so bad. I wish I could live there. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them like are supposed to take place in like Japan. And I love Japanese architecture and all of that. Like I really want to go to Japan one day. Also, I'm pretty sure they have a Studio Ghibli museum in Japan, which I think I might cry. Like you guys don't understand how obsessed I am. And literally just the vibe of it, the music especially. I love the soundtrack in most of the movies. The ones I've seen so far, I love the music, the scenery, like I said, the way the houses look, everything, absolutely obsessed with. So back into it. Castle in the Sky. Yeah, the castle, also the way that shit looks is unbelievable, genuinely. Like it is gorgeous. And that one, I also, to be honest, don't know all the characters' names on the top of my head. But the main character is a girl as well. And in the beginning of the movie, she falls out of like this blimp kind of thing. And she's wearing this necklace and it protects her. And so she just like falls gracefully. And then this little boy that she meets, is like trying to ask her questions about it and stuff. And then literally the whole movie, there are these people that are hunting this girl for her necklace because it has like special powers, but it was passed down to her from her grandmother, I believe, or like her mother then passed it down to her. And it's like from ancient people who used to live in this castle in the sky, and no, it's like abandoned and nobody lives in this kingdom anymore. And then basically they end up getting to this castle because the whole time they're trying to get there and everything, and it is just full of adventure and fun, and it is just, oh my god. And all of the endings too are just amazing. I don't want to say too much about each one in case you guys haven't seen them, but also I don't remember every single like small detail, but I remember there were like these pirates that came and were they like took them in and helped them on their little flying ship, helped the main girl and the young boy. They helped them get to the castle in the sky. So it's just really cute. And there was like these little robots that were supposed to like protect the land. And they're so sweet. And they like all got destroyed or like were all broken because they were like abandoned. But there was like one that was still working and he was just so cute. So highly, highly recommend Castle in the Sky. Next one is Grave of the Fireflies. And oh my gosh, this one was first off made in 1988. The most heart-wrenching, like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna insert a clip of me after I saw it. So I just finished the movie and I am so sad. They all died and he was all alone. And she was just a baby. She was so small. Okay, very good, but very sad. Like, that was not okay. I was a wreck after watching it. This one takes place during World War II, I believe, and it is based on this little boy and his younger sister. And their dad was fighting in the war, and their mom, whatever. In the beginning of the movie, there's already like bombs coming down into Japan, and they're trying to. The mom is like heading to the shelter already, like the bomb shelter, and the little boy and girl are running or like gonna meet her there or whatever, and they're hiding, and then they finally get there and they're like, your mom was hurt, whatever. Literally, like, all of her body is burned, and she basically ends up not making it. So then literally it's just this, like, I'm gonna guess he's probably like 11-year-old boy, 12-year-old boy, and like a 6-year-old like girl. Like, literally, she's so little, probably 5. I don't even know. He might not even be 12. He might be like 10. He might be like, I don't even know. But then this random lady like takes them in, even though she's literally the biggest bitch. I hated her. She was like supposed to be their family friend, like their aunt or something. And she literally like was barely trying to give him food, like barely trying to help him. Like, she's like, you should go and help, whatever, to the little boy. It's like, he's not gonna leave the only like family he has left. So then he ends up leaving. He's like, we'll just make it on our own. And they find this little like cave, basically like a little indent in like the rock, and they just like make that their home, and they're just like trying to get food for themselves and stuff, but they literally can't even get food because there's a literal war. Like, everywhere around them is like getting destroyed, and no, like, everybody's having a hard time getting food, let alone two little children. And they're getting bitten up by mosquitoes, everything. And the little fucking girl passes away from malnutrition. I think that's how you say it. Because she wasn't getting enough food, but he's literally trying his hardest to steal food. Like, she's literally just like, oh my God, he was doing everything to take care of this little girl. And then, first of all, though, the start of the movie goes September, whatever, I think, 19, whatever, I died. Which, that's the only thing that gave me peace, is knowing that he also, well, obviously horrible, but knowing that he's with his mom and his sister and his dad, because I'm pretty sure we find out his dad passed away as well. So he's literally just there alone, and his sister really was all he had. And he's trying his hardest to keep her happy and healthy, but literally there's no way he could even get food because nobody had food. And she was just a baby. Like, she's so small, and she passes away. And I'm like, oh my God, I was a wreck. That one was such a good movie, but be prepared to be severely upset after you watch it. Next one, hey, it's the man who's on my shirt. Well, he's not a man. He's like a spirit. What do they call him? Like a spirit witch or something? Spirit? No, a forest spirit. My Neighbor Totoro, and this one was made in 1988 as well. This movie, I think, was the first Studio Ghibli movie I watched, if I'm not mistaken. OMG. Amazing, amazing, amazing. This one also, there's like a little bit of a sad aspect to it. So they just moved to a new home in the beginning. First of all, I want to live in that home so badly. Like just the area, it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. Oh my gosh, such a cute little house. And it's a dad and two daughters. And I'm so sorry, I forgot a lot of the characters' names. I'm pretty sure the little girl's name is May. I'm almost positive. And their mom is in the hospital because she's has this sickness and she's working on getting better. And the older one was at school and the dad was like doing work and stuff. So she like slips off into the forest and she finds Totoro and she's just trying to whatever. She finds him and then she's like trying throughout the movie to like see him again, and then they do see him, and at one point the doctor called and said like that the mom was like not doing well. I'm explaining these so poorly. I'm so sorry. But and then they help the mom or whatever. The hospital calls and says the mom's not doing well. So the dad heads over there and she is like, is mom, the little one is like, is mom gonna die, whatever? And she's like, no. And but they're both just stressed out. So she gets upset because the older one was like yelling at her, but she was also just stressed. I don't know why my head is so itchy. And these sharp ass new nails are helping me. Anyway, she gets upset and runs away. So then they're looking for May because they can't find her anywhere. And then the freaking, there's this cat bus who is also one of the forest spirits, helps them find her, and it's awesome. I'm so happy, and it's a very good ending because they all end up, the mom is okay as well. So everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. Shout out Lego Movie. Oh my gosh, also the day this comes out, Saturday, the next day I'm seeing the Minecraft movie, which I'm super excited because I grew up playing Minecraft and I still love to play it. So super excited about that. Anyway, My Neighbor Totoro is such a good one. Next one is Kiki's Delivery Service. This one came out in 1989, and I actually just watched this one for the first time last night, and it was really, really good. And basically, she's a witch. Kiki's a witch, and when you turn 13, you're supposedly supposed to go away for a year to train to like be a better witch. And so she's saying goodbye to her family and everything. She leaves. She finds this town that she wants to stay in. And she meets this woman. I'm like skipping some parts. She meets this woman who's pregnant. And she owns like a bakery. And she runs outside. She's like, oh, this woman like left her pacifier. She was like, this woman's like walking away with a stroller. And she's like, oh, but she's like, for like far down the road. And since Kiki's a witch, obviously she rides around on her little broom. And this woman's like, oh, the poor baby's gonna be crying the whole way home or whatever. I should go deliver it to her. And then Kiki's like, I can deliver it. I'll get there in no time, whatever. And the lady's like, oh, thank you. So she goes and she delivers the pacifier. And then they decide, first of all, the pregnant lady gives her a place to stay, which is super, super nice, and offers to feed her, everything. Oh, and she has a little black cat who's her best friend, and that cat's name is Gigi. And literally, this cat flies with her everywhere on the broom, everything. And this lady, they're like, oh, whatever. They come up with the idea to start a delivery business because she could just deliver things on her broom, and it starts to go very well. And there's this boy who also like has a crush on her. And then towards the end of the movie, she learns that she can't, or her broom, she like can't fly for some reason. And she's like a little bit sad. And then they're like, you just need to find a reason to fly, whatever. And then she basically, oh, there's like a big blimp kind of thing, and it landed in the town. Everyone's like, ooh. And so there's like a disaster in it. They goes to fly and it's like the wind was blowing too much, I believe, and they were like losing control of it. And the boy who has a crush on her is like hanging down. He's like about to fall off of this thing. And so then she ends up being able to fly her broom again because she had to save him from falling. So it was super cute ending, good ending. She ends up saving him. And that one was very good. I love the aesthetic also of the town that they lived in. It was perfect. All of them are so perfect, but that one was really cute too. Next one I watched is Princess Mononoke, and that one came out in 1997. Princess Mononoke, it might also be one of my favorites. It is insane. Well, there is actually a little bit of fighting in that one, but like that's not really like the main thing. And I love there's this like huge forest spirit, and basically Princess Mononoke is a girl who got like taken in by a bunch of wolves when she was young. And I forgot the main boy in it, but I believe, he finds this demon. He gets bit by it, and then his hand's like all purple. He's like turning into the demon. And the only way he could like stop it or like was if he like went and did something. But then the tribe that he was part of was like, if you leave, like you can never come back. Like they weren't saying it like they will hate him, like they still will love him, but they're like, it was just part of what he had to do. Like if he left, he could not come back ever again. So he leaves because he has this fucking demon. And then he goes, finds this way. He meets Princess Mononoke. But these people are like trying to build stuff, I believe, if I remember right, and like tear down the trees and stuff. But people are living in the forest and they're like, no, we don't want you to do that. And then those people who want to take down the forest and the other people get in a fight. There's like these warthogs, I believe they're called. What are the things in what's the guy in Lion King, that one thing? I think he's a warthog. And Princess Mononoke's helping them. And I think to heal himself he had to find this like big huge forest spirit thing. It was kind of like a goat. No, it was like a deer. I don't even know what it looked like, but it looked so cool. And Princess Mononoke is such a badass with her little wolf mom and everything. And we love that one as well. If you like a little bit more fighting, action type, I recommend that one. Next one is Spirited Away, and this one came out in 2001. Spirited Away might be one of the most popular ones, I would say. And this one I was like obsessed with after I watched it. I'm not even kidding. It was actually a perfect movie. This girl, I don't even actually remember how it happened, but her parents get turned into pigs somehow. And she ends up in this place. Because her parents, they like moved somewhere. They start eating all this food, turn into pigs. I am like remembering kind of if that's not even a word, but. And then this guy is like trying to help the little girl, their daughter. And she ends up at this place where she has to work. There's like soot sprites, which they're like these little things that are on my shirt. And they're like working whatever. She's like needs to work. Spirited Away also is with No Face. And I think that's what he's called. And he's this other spirit and he like eats literally everything and everyone. He's just like eating everything. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I should have like really done a little like refresh before I filmed this because I'm explaining horribly, but I guess that's good for you guys because then you're not getting much spoilers. But literally, and then there's like this old lady, but then she has like a twin sister. Okay, I actually forgot the guy's name. Then there's also this guy too, and I don't even remember how he came into play. but his real identity, he like whatever, he like turns into a dragon. And all I'm literally remembering right now for some reason is the scene where it's the ending and she's trying to like go back to her regular realm because she was in this like spirited area. She was literally spirited away. And they're like, okay, well, here's a test. Which one of these pigs is your parents? And she is like, none of these ones are. And she got the test right. And everything was good. They got to go back. And she was really gonna miss her guy friend that she made, who was the guy who turns into a dragon. And she's going back to her realm, and he's like, "Don't look back until you get out to the other side," because how she got there was like she went in this tunnel thing. Oh, that's how they got there. That's how all of them got there. I think they also were starting. They were moving to a new house, and they see this little tunnel, and they go in it, and then they end up in this other realm. And the guy, because otherwise she would like probably go back there, like get stuck. She was like, "Don't look back until you get out." That's what the guy said. And then she looks back, and it was so sad because she made a friend and everything. And that one actually is probably one of my favorites. I highly recommend Spirited Away. It is amazing. Also, so the ones I don't remember as well are the ones I didn't watch. I watched like a while ago, so my bad. Like I said, should have done more research. But the next one is The Cat Returns. That one was made in 2002. And me and Matthew just watched that one recently. And that one was like the shortest one, probably, because usually they're all like over 2 hours. This one was like an hour and 16 minutes or something like that. And it was so like strange, the concept of it. I'm pretty sure I talked about this in another episode. I don't know why or how, but The Cat Returns, literally this girl saves a cat that is about to like walk across the street, and the cat literally talks to her and is like, "Thank you for saving me," like, "Oh, thank you properly later." And she's like, "Did you just talk?" And then while she's sleeping, she wakes up, there's literally all these cats walking down the street, and this cat king comes and is like, "The cat you saved is like my only son," whatever. And then I think one of the cats is Muta, I think is his name. And there's a crow too. I think his name is Toto. And they would keep arguing. The crow would call the cat like fatso, and the cat would call the crow bird brain. And literally this cat is like huge and fat. And the cat king, wants this human girl to marry the cat prince because she like saved him, and he's like, "Oh, you could marry." So she ends up going to this cat world and literally starts like morphing into a cat, and they're like, "You're gonna be stuck as a cat if you don't leave now." And the prince returns from wherever he was and is like, "Dad, I already have someone who I want to marry, and it's this other cat." And then the freaking king's psycho ass, he looks insane. If y'all have seen The Cat Returns, you know this king cat is like crazy. And he literally is like, "Oh, well then you can marry me." The fuck? No. So they end up all going back, the crow and the cat, and there was like another character with them as well. They were able to go back. Oh, the other characters, like one of the main guys, he was like this cat character with like a hat and a cane, like a white top hat and like a cane. He had aura. He's a really cool character, but I honestly forgot his name. And yeah, she ends up making it back to her world and everything's fine and dandy, but I can't like imagine that happening to you in real life. That would actually be so cool. Like imagine you save a cat and it talks to you, and then like that's what I'm saying. I want to travel into one of these movies so bad. Honestly, from all the ones I've mentioned so far, I think I would definitely want to travel though into My Neighbor Totoro, because that one is the least like they're like in their home at least, and they're just seeing this forest spirit, which is amazing. Like she's literally cuddling with Totoro, like taking a nap, and I'm like, and Totoro helps their little, like, they plant tree little seeds outside, the two girls, and overnight Totoro comes and he's like helping them grow, helping the tree grow. And it's like, oh, I would love, that's what I would probably go in the most, because Castle in the Sky is good, but like they literally are like fighting this guy. Grave of Fireflies, that's like the least. That's literally horrible. Kiki's Delivery Service, ooh, actually I would like that one too. But probably My Neighbor Totoro more, because it's like they live in like a little secluded area. Like I said, I would love to live in that house. But Kiki's Delivery Service was really good too. Actually, I would love to fucking live next to that fucking bakery, because that bread looked so good. Princess Mononoke, definitely not. Spirited Away, probably not, because that other realm was like literal hell. And then The Cat Returns, I just probably wouldn't. That one was cool, but I wouldn't want that more than those other ones. Next one, actually, I would like to go here as well, is Howl's Moving Castle. And that one came out in 2004. And actually, I think this was the first one I saw. Then it was My Neighbor Totoro. Howl's Moving Castle is literally amazing. I love that one. Honestly, one of my favorites. So basically, this girl named Sophie, I remember her character. Something happens and like Howl spots her. And Howl is this like wizard kind of guy. And he has a moving castle, hence the name, Howl's Moving Castle. And the person who is controlling this castle is Calcifer, that little flame guy. And I love the TikTok sound where Howl's like, Calcifer, you're being so obedient. And Calcifer is like, it's not my fault. She bullied me. I love Calcifer. And basically, this wicked witch comes, and because I think she has a crush on Howl, and so she puts a curse on Sophie, and she turns into this old woman. And she ends up leaving. She's like, I need to get whatever. She finds Howl's Moving Castle. She gets in there. And Howl like finds out it's her and stuff, and they just Howl, there's like shit going on, I think, in like other dimensions, because in Howl's Moving Castle, if you turn this dial, it'll change colors and open the door of the castle to a different fucking like realm. It's the coolest thing ever. And so, and at the end, oh my gosh, whatever, she's able to turn back into her regular young self, and Howl makes this realm for Sophie. It's like, he's like, this is where I go to relax. Actually, yeah, it might have been his realm. I don't know if he made it for her. And there's just this garden and everything, and it is so amazing. Like, I want to go to this garden, seriously. And it was just like a little house there, and there was some water, like the most beautiful scene ever. And Howl's just so sexy, to be honest. Like, he's just so wanting to protect Sophie. And at the end, I love it because they like literally the whole castle, like everything gets destroyed. Howl almost dies. Calcifer almost dies. Then everybody's all fine. Oh, Calcifer got set free because he was also had a curse put on him. That's why he was this flame. And he got his curse lifted. He's like, I'm free. Everybody got their wishes granted. And there was like this little boy who would help Howl out in his castle. Then the old lady, Wicked Witch, she was like using her powers on herself to stay young. Those got done, so she was just like this little old lady. Then there was this dog that I think was like the king or queen's like dog, which I don't even know who they were the king or queen of. I don't even know. But so then it was Howl, Sophie, this old lady, the little boy, and the dog. And they were just living in this new home. And like the ending scene is like the little boy and the dog playing, and Sophie and Howl are like in love. And oh, that one's so good and amazing. It's literally amazing. And Howl's bedroom If y'all have seen that, Howl's bedroom is literally the coolest thing ever. I want to sleep in there. Next one is Ponyo. This one was made in 2008. And I would argue that Ponyo and Spirited Away are the most popular. Ponyo, Ponyo. Dude, Ponyo is this little fish. I'm pretty sure she's a goldfish, but she turns into a human being. And this little boy like catches Ponyo as a fish and was like, oh my gosh, I literally like forgot all of it besides that. And then there's like this huge water woman, and she's stunning and gorgeous. And I think it's like Ponyo's mom. I don't know. That house too is beautiful. Why can I not remember the plot of this movie? I don't know. He just like tries to take care of this fish, but then she turns into a girl. And I think they have a little crush on each other too. And I'm literally drawing a blank. We're going to actually look this up because the other ones I've gotten like, okay, I'm going to look up Ponyo plot. Okay. During a forbidden excursion to see the surface world, a goldfish princess encounters a human boy who gives her the name Ponyo. Ponyo longs to become human as her friendship with Sasuke, I forgot his name and I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm really sorry, grows. She becomes more human-like. Ponyo's father brings her back to their ocean kingdom, but so strong is Ponyo's wish to live on the surface that she breaks free and in the process spills a collection of magical elixirs that endanger Sasuke's village. Yeah, don't even really remember that, but all right. Go watch Ponyo. That one is really cute, and I'm sorry I literally butchered the plot. I don't even remember the plot, but it's very aesthetically pleasing. Next one is The Secret World of Arrietty, and that one came out in 2010. This one I also watched very recently, like literally a couple days ago, so I can tell you what happened more clearly. Basically, this one, Arrietty and her mom and dad are called borrowers, and they're little itty bitty people, and they live like underneath people's houses, like under the floorboards, like literally they can fit in a dollhouse. And this boy who is ended up staying at this house for the summer because he has a problem with his heart and he is like not going to make it apparently. And he sees her like in the grass, and but apparently when borrowers get seen, they have to move because then their safety is at risk, because humans, obviously, what do they call them? Beings, I think is what they called them. And I think that's what Arrietty and her family called them. And they're called borrowers because they just would go into the beings' houses and borrow whatever they need. Nothing that they would notice is gone. Like they went in there to borrow tissue paper and sugar. But this little boy likes Arrietty. He's like curious about her. He's like, don't be scared. Like he really genuinely has good intentions and doesn't want to hurt her. And then, but the lady he's staying with though, fucking bitch. I think her name is like Hara. She is like finds the mom and freaking traps her in a jar and calls like pest control. She's like, oh no, I'm not crazy, you see? And Arrietty and the boy were like talking. I think his name was, oh my gosh, he had like a regular ass name. I forgot what his name was. But they were talking and he was telling her how he has problems with his heart, whatever. And she's like, oh no. And basically at the end, they end up moving because they find out that there's more. I think his name was Splitter or Splitter. He is another borrower, and they thought they were like the only ones, and he knew where more of them were, so they were going to go with him. And she was really sad to leave. She would put this little like tiny clip in her hair, and she gave it to the boy and was like, don't forget about me or whatever. And it said at the end, it was like, I came back next summer, and I was sad that she wasn't there, but the neighbors, like, whatever, were complaining about stuff going missing. So he was happy that he knew she was still around, and also he went back to that house the next summer. So he also was still around, and he didn't, his heart was okay. So good ending, and that one is so cute. I also love the way their house looks, like their little tiny house. Ariette in her room ate down. So watch that one. That one is really good. Next one is When Marnie Was There. That one was made in 2014. This one was really sad too, not gonna lie. I mean, it was kind of a good ending, but When Marnie Was There was this girl. Oh gosh, I'm gonna fucking butcher this one. I'm looking up this plot too because I can't even. When Marnie Was There plot, period. Okay. A story follows Anna, a young girl who temporarily moves to Norfolk to heal after becoming ill. Okay, now it's ringing a bell. There she meets a mysterious and headstrong girl named Marnie who lives in a house overlooking the marshes. They develop a secretive relationship they come to cherish. And what we find out, actually, we think that they kind of like each other romantically when Anna meets Marnie, because she's just so fascinated with her. And Marnie has this blonde hair. She's in this like blue dress when she first sees her, and you think that they might like each other. And she like writes in her diary about her and stuff. And but then she would always disappear. Like she would always be around Marnie, and then Marnie would disappear, and she was like so confused and so betrayed. She's every time she would see her again, it's like, why are you always leaving me, all this stuff. And you find out at the end that Marnie is actually, it's eventually revealed that Marnie is actually the ghost of Anna's grandmother. Marnie briefly took care of Anna following the death of Anna's parents before then passing away herself and orphaning Anna. So Anna was always sad because like she thought her mom left her and stuff. And it turns out that literally her parents passed away and she took her in, but then she ended up passing away. And just when she learns that that's her grandmother, it was just like, it's a very emotional. And that house too, Marnie's house, like that looks over the marshes that it said, beautiful. And such a good one as well. And lastly, which is the newest one actually that I watched, and it's the newest movie, is called The Boy and the Heron, and it literally came out in 2023, only 2 years ago. And that one was really good. This boy, his mother like passed away, or no, I don't know where his mother went, but the dad had like a new girlfriend, and he ends up, this blue heron will not leave him alone. And it turns out to be this like weird funky thing. It starts like talking to him and stuff. And this one was just strange as all hell. I'm looking at the plot of this too. I'm sorry I'm looking up all the plots. I should have done this the whole time, but I'm not doing this now, and I'm not refilming or anything. And I think I explained pretty well. So it says Mahito, a young 12-year-old boy, struggles to settle in a new town after his mother's death. Okay, she did die. That's what I thought. However, when a talking heron informs Mahito that his mother is still alive, he enters an abandoned tower in search of her, which takes him to another world. Okay, I do remember this now. Why didn't people like... Oh, wait. Okay. Anyway, it is very, very good. finds out his mother's still alive, and he will not stop at anything. I do remember this now. He's just like, I need to find her. I need to find her. And this heron is trying to take him to her, but he's also like a shady character. He's giving like bad vibes, and he ends up finding her. And there was like a whole thing that happened. He's like literally going to all these different dimensions, and then I'm pretty sure he like gets to build one of his own. I think I'm thinking of Boy and the Heron. And yeah, that one was very, very good. And those were all of the Studio Ghibli movies that I've seen so far. I have a lot that I've gone through, honestly, but very many still to go. And I don't want to be done because they're so good. But I mean, I can always rewatch them. But they're so amazing. I love anime because of these movies. If you guys like cartoons or like anime, please watch any of these movies. They are amazing. I would say my top three is probably My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, and Spirited Away, maybe. But I literally can't even pick because I also really liked Secret World of Arietti, and I really like Kiki's Delivery Service and Castle in the Sky and Griff. Like every single time I watch one, I'm like, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. They're just all genuinely so amazing, and all of the producers, the art, like the artist himself, everybody's so talented. And I'm so grateful that these movies exist. And that's actually my advice for this episode, is to watch a Studio Ghibli movie. If you guys have not seen any of them, or even if you have and it's been a while, watch them. They are amazing. I could not recommend them enough, especially if you like want to get into anime but you're like me and you don't know if you would like all the fighting, all that stuff. Watch one of these damn movies. They are perfect. Like no critiques, no notes. They are perfect movies. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn the post notifications on as well if you want to be notified every time I upload. Please leave in the comments down below your guys' favorite Studio Ghibli movies. I would love to know. And yeah, that's basically that. Hope you guys have a great week and rest of your weekend. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.